Hello friends, welcome back to the first session of my crypto predictions for August. So as I told you, I will make 3 cryptocurrencies if I got enough likes. I actually got them not in the English channel, so you guys have to keep improving with that support because you got carried by my other community. But anyway, so we got Bitcoin, we'll cover Ethereum, and we'll also cover XRP. So right off the bat, I really can't tell you much. The clients already knew what's coming for August. They already knew well in advance that these couple months before the last quarter will be very critical. Many things will be decided right there. Many altcoins will struggle and they will not survive by the time we hit the last quarter. So you'll have to make your own decisions regarding your altcoins. I keep getting emails from people trying to get me to give them personal advice for finance. I will never do that. People keep telling me that they want free predictions. That's something that I will never do that. I will never do free predictions for anyone. So stop emailing me about that because I'll never do that. If you want my predictions, you'll have to pay for them, guys. Okay, I give already enough for free. I cannot babysit an entire group of people, dozens of people that come around asking for the same thing over and over and again. So we got basically very volatile for Bitcoin. You see that the range of boxes tilts towards a correction. We got 5 red boxes, 3 green boxes, and 3 yellow boxes. So always, yellow boxes always represent volatility, but it's a volatility that is kind of hard to read because it can go up and down in the same day with a lot of strength, lots of volatility. So they will be kind of undecided. All I can tell you is that they will be very volatile. For example, we got one coming up for tomorrow on the 4th of August. We got another range around the 5 to the 7. One of these days will be also very, very volatile. Then we get a range of days which is shared to some degree 9 to 10, 8 to 10. So almost all of these days except the 8, which is going to be possibly volatile. So 9 already guaranteed volatility because of this pattern right there. I always talk about this. You'll need to watch the tutorial if you're new regarding this. But yeah, these days will be very interesting. Maybe they will perform a little bit better because after that I see corrections coming up. We don't see any green boxes kind of supporting these powerful corrections that are coming. We got 12 to 13, another one on the 15, kind of a break around the 16, only to go down even more around the 18, 19, 21. Now, these ones already start hitting in range of green boxes, of green circles. So what this means is that maybe these either some of these corrections will not hit because the energy is not really supporting this. If I were to say, as I always do, always take into account whenever you see a box and a circle of the same energy sharing the same days. Okay, whenever you see that, it's very, very likely that we see very strong corrections. And vice versa. It can also go for the green boxes. So that's what I see in these days. Maybe some of these boxes will not hit, or if they do hit, they will not be as bad. Meaning that we could get some recoveries if it ends up being a correction, or maybe it's going to be so volatile that the day will essentially be in range, where the final position will be similar, if not identical, to the initial position. So be prepared for that. We also see another example of what I was talking about right there, 23, 24, not supported by the same energy. This time it's on the red circle. So the same warning that I told you. So yeah, I really cannot give much detail. The clients already know what this trend of this month is going to be. So I cannot really reveal that here. If you want to get that information, write to my email and I'll happily email you that information. And for the rest of the year of the monthly trends, But the sooner you contact me for that information, the more valuable it will be for you. Because if you try to email me, I don't know, around the last 5 days of August, then it kind of beats the point. So that's what we got for Bitcoin. Now let's take a look at Ethereum. And Ethereum is okay. So there's something to tell you guys. Maybe altcoins on this month of August will perform better. I'm not saying all of them, obviously. Not all of them will do, but maybe some of them. Okay, because the corrections that I'm seeing right now are not as bad as Bitcoin. Okay, Bitcoin had basically, after reaching 124k, was kind of trending in a range, but it was forming a slow downtrend. Okay, we don't see that with altcoins. For example, Ethereum was trending upwards way after the 14th of July, which is the major corrections that we saw on Bitcoin. So right there you can see it kept going up for basically the 23, 24, 25, 27. I mean, lots of days more than Bitcoin. And maybe this trend will kind of replicate itself right there on August, because I don't know, look at this. In the Ethereum chart, we only get 3 red boxes, very clearly, but we get 4 green boxes and 2 yellow boxes. So the majority right there is green. So obviously we'll have to see if this ends up being a green month for Ethereum. But what I can tell you right now from just this quick look at the chart is that Ethereum could perform better than Bitcoin this month of August. We'll have to see if that's true, but basically the same trends remain. 4 to the 7, lots of days right there in this range. So I believe that we'll see a strong volatility, especially tomorrow and around the 7th of August. Maybe we'll get one more day, who knows. We got another range of those days around the 8 to the 9. A possible strong impulse around the 10th of August. Corrections coming up from the 12th to the 14th. One of these days will possibly present a strong correction. Coming up, we got another recovery, maybe around the 14th to 15th of August. Correction again by the 17th or 18th, and so on. You already get the drill. So just like I told you previously, whenever you see energies sharing the same days, that's way more guaranteed to hit. So in this case, we see, for example, the 15 both in green, the 17 both in red. Okay, the 12 is not the same energy, so expect some volatility there. The 20 both in green. So you get me, okay? Very, very easy to understand. And possibly one of the worst corrections could happen around the last days. You can see the exact match of the energies and the days, 27, 28, both in red. So take some precautions around those days. If you're going long, guys, don't go long on red months. I really, like I said, I cannot give you financial advice. I really cannot do the trading for you. Maybe I will eventually, maybe not. I'm kind of deciding whether to see a copy trading service of just a more direct trading signals, like way more to the point, because some people still struggle and still are afraid about when is the time to enter the trade, when is the time to exit the trade. Even though they have basically my charts as a guide, I still get lots of emails of people basically struggling to basically enter and operate with positions. So maybe I will eventually do that in the future. But yeah, this is what I got for the Ethereum chart. Now let's take a look at the final, which is the XRP chart. So XRP1 was the third most popular crypto suggestion of August. So what we got here is it's going to be kind of volatile. I'm basically very undecided for XRP. Very, very undecided. Look at this. The proportion of the boxes of energies is kind of equal. We got 5 on the red, 4 on the green, 2 yellow boxes, and especially a lot of yellow days. Okay, you can see three massive circles, especially these two. We got 5 yellow days followed by another 4 yellow days. So we got almost 10 days in total where they are going to be all in yellow. Now, yellow in circles always means either volatility or range. This is XRP. So XRP is way more in range than other altcoins. So I truly believe many of these days will be in range. The ones that are really located right there in these boxes overwhelmingly. Maybe some of these days could be surprise range, especially if volatility doesn't hit. For example, we got a pattern right there for volatility around the 6th of August, maybe. So, but yeah, XRP will be way more in range than Bitcoin and other altcoins, especially Ethereum, I believe, and Solana could be. But yeah, mostly just focus on the days regarding the boxes, okay? Right there. So for example, we got possibly a strong correction coming up for XRP. Maybe this means XRP will underperform very soon. But we got a strong impulse coming up right after 5 or the 6. Again, 6, a very volatile day. Another one, 9 to 10. 10 also shared by these two, so very volatile day. And basically you already get a drill, okay? We got a long day for an impulse on the 12th. Another possible range of days could hit with some strong price increases around the 15 to 17. We got the yellow days, yellow boxes, 19, 20. Okay, some undecided volatility. We'll see what goes on there. And also these two. Okay, 27, 28. And these other two. So 27, you can see, is a day that almost all charts show in red. And especially in red boxes. So take some precautions regarding those days. Because I truly believe that we'll see strong corrections. And we'll have to see again. I believe altcoins have the chance to really outperform this month compared to Bitcoin. Not all of them, but maybe some of them will do, especially the big ones, okay, like Ethereum, like Solana, XRP. People keep talking me about random meme coins that no one even heard about, or meme coins that were created, I don't know, like 8 years ago are no longer efficient, are basically obsolete by now. I'm not talking about that garbage, I'm talking about the big ones, okay? Ethereum, Solana, XRP, maybe a couple others more, but yeah, you get the drill. So it will have to be kind of a surprise regarding this. Maybe altcoins will really do well around this, which kind of correlates to what I told you many months ago already when I made my altcoin season prediction. Remember that I told you, especially the last quarter, especially the June and July, especially July, as you all saw, was very good for altcoins. So something really big is coming, and you have to be prepared for that. I already gave you the guide towards that towards those events. So that's all I have for you. Again, like, share, and subscribe. Follow the work. Keep supporting this. And I'll see you guys next time. Take care.